Welcome back, everybody, to Satisfactory Update 8. My name is Tom, and this is episode number 31. In today's episode, we are going to be building the manifold for the iron ingot factory. So with that said, guys, let's get started with episode number 31. All right, I will jump off the platform here, and let's head down and see what we can do here. Okay, so I had a little bit of time to reflect on this factory overnight, and one of the viewers here actually gave me a photo of their factory, and I saw in the photo that this individual had floating splitters and mergers. So that gave me an idea of building the manifold on the top of the ceiling here so that I can easily walk around on the first floor here. So I am going to try to build this, and let's see how I go, guys. So I'm going to cycle through my hotkeys here, and I will bring down the conveyor lift, and I'm doing this to help me position the splitters. Okay, so I will set down these two right here. And so I'm going to grab the merger. I'm going to switch this over to a splitter. And I want to make sure the input, which is the orange arrows, go in the current direction that you see now, and then also into the conveyor lift. And so this looks really good. I think this is aligned. Yes, that looks pretty aligned to me. So what if I nudge it over like that? I think we could do something like that to make it even more compact. Okay, well, I hope the belt automatically connects to the conveyor lift. So we're going to try this out. I will place this one here, and I'm going to go up two more. 1, 2, actually 3. Like this. Okay. And I'm going to delete this. Copy that, and I'm going to snap it right to there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So there it is. So at this point, the iron ore is going to come through here and then up the conveyor lift. I'm using a Mark 1, so I think that should be all right. I'm going to have to split the iron ore in 2, and then, yeah, so, but that shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be an issue, I hope. We'll find out, guys, we'll find out. So that is how it's going to work, and then I want to do this over here. So I'm going to snap it like this, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the merger, and I want to make sure that this is going in the right direction. Excellent, and let's align it like this. I'm going to hit H to lock the hologram, and I want to nudge it in like this. Okay, that looks good. And so we'll go 3 up. So there's 1, 2, 3. Delete, copy, and then drag, and there it is. Okay, so if I grab the Mark II conveyor belt, I should be able to route that in like this. Whoa, why is the belt going this direction? Why is the belt going in this direction? That's really weird, guys. That is the wrong direction. That is absolutely the wrong direction. I don't know what's going on here. So take a look at that, guys. Okay, so from the top, the conveyor belt is going into the splitter and it is going in the right direction. Do you see that? But if I head down here, you can see it's going the other way. That is so loopy. Okay, that needs to be fixed. That definitely needs to be fixed. Oh, wow. That is wild, because that was definitely throwing me off. Okay. Okay, guys, has this always been this way? Yeah, that needs to be fixed, because that was super confusing. Okay, oh, wow, I could have spent an hour trying to figure that out. Luckily, I didn't, so I'll place these conveyor lifts down, and I'm going to place the mergers real quick, guys, and then I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. I have the conveyor lift and all of these splitters all set up here, guys. Take a look at this. This is super clean, compact, minimal, and I can easily walk around here on the first floor. And that is exactly what I'm looking for. This is looking really good, guys. That conveyor belt did... oh, man. That really threw me out. This is crazy. But let me connect all of this up here. I'm just really surprised this hasn't been caught yet or addressed. Unless this is a bug in an update to 8, but that is wild that this is still like it. This is still in the game. Okay. So that is excellent. We're all routed here. Now, what I'm going to do is grab the conveyor lift. And from this junction, I'm going to snap it like this. And I'm going to come down like that. Okay. And same for here. Like that. And so this is going to be the entryway for the iron ore. And if I head over to the wall here, I can grab this and just see if this is going to line up and cycle through my hotkeys, grab the conveyor lift or belt, and look at that, guys. That lines up really well. Okay, so that is how I'm going to route in the iron ore. Excellent. So I'm going to delete these for now. And that is established. I just got to make sure that when I do plop down the blueprint, that it is in the right direction. So I'm going to have to set a visual representation of that. So yeah, hopefully I don't forget that. Excellent. So now the next stage of this is to do the output. So I think, guys, I'm going to output it here. I'm going to route it down here. Oh, I think I have an idea. So I am going to do the same thing here. I'm going to grab the conveyor lift I'm gonna come down like this, guys. I'm gonna come down like this. Yes. Okay, I'll place that there. And what I'm going to do is place a merger here. Okay, and it's gonna go something like this. No, I know, no, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. Well, yes. Okay. I'm gonna have to go, because I'm thinking about how to store all of the iron ingots. And I think we're gonna route it this direction. Okay. And then from here, because we have this side and we have this side. So if I grab the conveyor lift, drag it down here. And then I got to figure out how to output all this. Yeah, this is tricky. I mean, I'm making this difficult, but let me clarify what I'm thinking in my head here, because I haven't made it too clear here. So I'm gonna head over to the organization tab and grab the industrial storage, right? We're gonna grab the industrial storage, and essentially I want to output it to the center of a grid here, or a foundation. Something like this, so that when I grab my conveyor wall, I can output it through here. So the goal is to get this all in here, but as you can see, boy, there's just really no room to fit this. And I could actually orientate it something like this. And then place the door here. Or the window, excuse me. Okay. And so there we got some room. And that is not completely centered. I'm not going to worry about that now. It needs to go right down the center here. Actually, yeah, let's make that adjustment just so that I know how much room I'm working with. So I would place it like this. I'll lock the hologram, and I'm going to nudge it to the left. Like that. Okay. Yes. That looks pretty good. And so basically, if I grab a merger by pressing 6, and let's say I do this orientation, I'm gonna lock the hologram and nudge it in like this. Okay. And I'm just focusing on this output first. Okay, like that. Yes, and then we can snap it in like this. Yes, indeed. Okay. Now, clearly, these two are at different heights, unfortunately. Let me take a look at this. What if... Let's... Okay, yeah, that was a lag spike. That was so weird. Okay, let's see what the height, if I put 2 splitters here. Oh, it's 3 high, guys. Take a look at that. So 3 is going to match right in there. Oh, that is good to know. That is good to know. Okay. No problem. So let's adjust this. So I'm going to go like this instead. Delete this and delete that. Okay. and connect like so. Grab the conveyor lift and route that in. Oh yes. This is not a good curve though. So what I'm going to do is try to get a 90 from this position. So I'm going to go up. And yeah, we need to go a bit further back. And yeah, that's like right about here. Okay, well, let's start from the ground floor. What if I go this direction? Okay, not quite. What about here? Okay, yeah, that's much better. Okay, so since I know the positioning, I am going to grab the conveyor pole. And we know the perfect 90 is here, so I'm going to click. I'm going to drag it up 3. 1, 2, 3. No, I think that's it, but I'm off center here, so I'm going to readjust this. Hit 3, and it's right here, and then off 1. I believe that's it. There we go. So I'm going to snap that to there, connect the belt to it, and that should route in. There we have it, guys. There we have it. So that is it. That's how we're going to route in the iron ingots from both sides. Wow, I'm glad I've taken my time on this build. If I went really fast, I would have never discovered this. Okay, guys, so I am going to place down the remaining conveyor lifts, finish this up, and then I will see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. I have finally completed this build, and wow, take a look at this, guys. If you did not watch the speed run here, what I did here is I lowered the mergers to the 3rd level here so that we can belt it into the storage container. We're using a Mark III to fit all of the iron ingots onto the belt here. I actually don't think this needs to be a Mark III. This could be a Mark II. Okay, so here it is. It all comes down. It routes over here, and then it branches off and goes to this merger here. And then also on this end, it comes down to here to here. And it all joins up here. And then from this point, I placed a Mark III belt, and then I routed that into the storage container. And then I'm assuming all of those iron ingots will be filtered to the top and the bottom. And so, guys, wow, take a look at that. This is ultra compact. We need to finish up these here real quickly. So I'm going to grab those and let's snap it here like that. Okay. So now we have all we have all of this space to walk underneath the manifold that is on the ceiling. So this is complete, guys. We have completed the build here. The final part is to design the interior here. So I will place a cut here or a speed run, depending on what I'm thinking here. And I'm going to kind of stylize this to make it really cool looking. And so that I can easily walk around on some catwalks. So I will place a cut or a speed run in here, and then let's see what I can come up with, guys. I thought I would place a commentary with the speed run so that you guys can understand my mindset when it comes to designing a factory. At this point, I am trying to finalize the input and output of the items before I begin designing, so that when I do start designing, everything is established and I don't have to rework anything. So at this point, I realized that I did not correctly align the industrial storage here. So I went ahead and deleted it, and then right now I'm just trying to reposition the industrial storage so that it's going to align with the conveyor wall. And unfortunately, I had to do the same thing for this merger here. So I'm placing a conveyor pole here. And of course, guys, I'm trying to get to that 90-degree turn. And so finally, the inputs and outputs are established, and now I can move forward with the design. Here I am looking for an entryway into the factory. I decided to go with the bigger opening because it looks a bit more industrial. I also locked the gate to the open position so that, yeah, it's always open and it's not in the way. And then I was like, oh, well, let's place down some catwalks. Well, I didn't think it was necessary because I have all of this room to design the factory here. So I went with the support frames here because I wanted to give some support to the splitters and mergers. I didn't like how they were floating here. And so I placed down these conveyor walls so that I can place the frame pillars on the horizontal conveyor belt. And I thought that looked pretty nice, so I left it. And then from this point forward, I continued to align the small frame pillars to the mergers so that it looks like it has support. And as you can see, I'm really struggling to align everything. Using the nudge functionality saved my life. I'm so happy that this functionality is in update 8. I know some of you guys said that it's not in update 7, so I don't know how you guys managed to go through this process. It must have been really, really difficult. So I'm pretty thankful that I started this playthrough of Satisfactory at this time. And so as I am going through this process, I'm thinking, yeah, this is looking really good. But then I realize that I can be more detail, and you're gonna see here really shortly after I place all these frame pillars that I can be a bit more creative. So at this point, I'm like analyzing it. I'm like, oh, this looks good. But then here comes the painted beam and the beam connector. And I'm trying to snap it into the frame pillar, but I'm really having a difficult time here. So frustrated, I decided to delete the small frame pillar here. And now I'm experimenting at this point to see what the painted beam connector looks like. And as you can see, it looks really nice. And then I place the frame over the pillar. It's like, wow, that looks really, really cool. It looks more industrial, and that's what I'm trying to go with here. And as you can see, I'm really struggling with the painted beam support, the black support here. You can see it's not aligning with the first merger. And so I'm trying to figure out why that is. And so you can see I'm nudging it to the surface here. And then that at this point, I figured out the bottom, but then the top I couldn't get correct. So I'm trying to go through this process of understanding why this one's connecting and this one is not. As you can see, it clips into the splitter. So then I grab the painted beam and then I bring it up to the splitter. And then from there, I was able to place the supports, the beam connector, and that did not clip at all. And so at this point, I am now going through the process of applying this everywhere. I'm doing some more experimenting with the beam connector and seeing if I can bring the beam support to the surface level, and it didn't work out. So I placed the beam connector just like that as I'm just nudging it over. And now it's on the surface of the asphalt. And there you go. And they're going to bring up the beam, connect it to the splitter, and then apply the beam connector. And there you can see it's all flush and there's no clipping. And so, yep, I am now deleting all of the frame pillars, and I'm going to establish the new update or the new design. And there I was just saving the game because I do not have autosave on. So yeah, I got to turn that back on. So I am going to place a cut in here, guys, and then I'll come back with the final product. And this is all I'm doing now at this point, is just placing down these beam connectors and the painted beam to give all of these splitters and mergers support. Welcome back, everybody. The design for the manifold is completed. I think I did a pretty good job. What do you guys think? Anyways, if you would like to help support my channel reach a wider audience, you could help by liking and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And of course, leave your feedback down in the comments so that I can improve my content for you guys. So with that said, guys, I will finish the episode here. In the next episode, we will route all the power, and then we'll find a place to plop this first blueprint down. So you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.